Hello, hello. Here we are. Let's get going with class. We're only starting a few minutes late, but that's okay because if you're watching it on YouTube, you don't even know that. And so that's fine. We are in Luke and we're going to be looking at chapter 9 today. So let's open it up. I'm going to see if I can move this out. It won't work. All right, there we go. Luke chapter 9. And we ended with this story about, let me make sure I get it all focused in, about how people were weeping because somebody had died, but he said, "Weep not," and he gets her up and things are well. So Jesus is able to do a whole lot. So now he's going to do a very different thing in this story. So in Luke chapter 9, and he called the 12 together. The 12 what?
Apostles.
Yeah, the 12 apostles. And he called the 12 together and gave them power and authority over all devils or over all demons. I'm going to put that underline. He gave them power and authority over all the demons and to cure diseases. And he sent them forth to preach the kingdom of God and to heal the sick. So they're going to go out and do this work. And he said unto them, "Take nothing for your journey, neither staff, nor wallet, nor bread, nor money, neither have two coats. And whatsoever house you enter, there abide, and thence depart. Whichever one you enter, stay there, and from there depart, from there leave. And as many as receive you not, when you depart from that city, shake the dust from your feet as a testimony against them." All right, so Jesus is sending them out. And so we'll have Jesus, and he's here, and he's giving them instruction to go. He's pointing out to go, but he's also telling them what to bring and what to not bring and what to do. Can you remember some of the things that they were supposed to bring or not bring?
Don't bring two coats.
Don't bring two coats. We'll draw a coat here. Here's one coat.
No wallet or bread.
No wallet. All right, so I'm going to have one coat and then another coat. I'm going to have the
No
big.
staff.
No staff. All right, so here's
No money.
no money. I'll put a big X through the other coat. All right, let's list the things.
And no food.
Let's see. Staff. I'll put it in a different color. Staff, wallet, bread, money. Neither have two coats, and those are the big things. Okay, we got a coat. We don't bring a walking staff. That's supposed to be a stick. I don't know. That's a walking staff. I don't know what that looks like. Don't bring a wallet. This one is going to be a wallet that like has all the money in it. Right there's the wallet. I don't even know if that looks like a wallet. Some of these are hard to draw. Bread. I'll draw like a big loaf of bread with seeds on the top. Wallet, bread, money. Well, money is kind of like wallet. Maybe wallet could also be like a purse, but I'll just put like a $1 bill here. There's a money, and it would go in there. All right, so I'm going to color these things in so we know what we're talking about. He's telling them, don't bring this stuff. Now, here's the big question. Why? Why is Jesus saying, don't bring stuff? I think this is a funny question. Now, my coat that I wear right now is red, so I'm going to draw a red coat. I think red's a fun color. But I'm going to have a big X through this coat. So basically, he is telling them, you go, but you let go of all these other things. I'm going to put their hands out like he's letting it go. So there's an apostle, and he's telling the apostle to not bring a bunch of extra stuff. Why do you think Jesus is giving those rules? Why does Jesus want them to not bring two coats and don't bring a walking stick and don't bring your wallet full of money?
It's because maybe people are going to give them stuff.
Okay, so somebody's going to give them stuff. What else?
Maybe helping them learn not to depend on like worldly things or something. Maybe just like an example like this, don't depend on what the world can give you.
Okay. Yeah.
He wants to show them that God is going to take care of them if they don't have anything. God is going to provide with them if they actually need it.
Yeah, I think that that's it. And really, all of your answers, everything you said, are different versions touching that same idea. Okay. I'm gonna have to erase the pretty pink, sorry. Okay, so let's draw a guy right here. And in his hand, he has money. I'm gonna draw coins. See, this is yellow. It's kind of, let's see if it looks like yellow coins. Does that look like yellow coin? You can't even see it. That's dumb. I'm gonna draw a green money bag or a brown money bag. That's the better version. Okay, here we go. And he is holding a money bag. Does that look like a bag? And inside that bag
Yes.
is dollars. Okay. Is it a sin to have a bag full of dollars?
No.
No, it's not a sin.
No.
Not a sin. But if he thinks I can smile because I have a bag full of dollars, what if he loses the bag full of dollars? Is he ever going to be able to smile again?
Yes.
Right, he can. You can't say, oh, I've lost my dollars, but it's still a sunny day and I really like my family and I think I'm going to play soccer later tonight and that's a lot of fun. Right? There's other things to make you happy, right? There's other things that can help you out. And so he's telling them, you know, with the what are some things? The wallet. This is like the wallet, right? It's a bag. It's a bag. It's not a wallet. But he's saying you can go without this wallet. Let's see if we can draw the X through it, right? And what's he sending the apostles out to do? Do you remember? He's sending them out. He says, don't bring this stuff. What is he sending them out to do?
Teach and maybe be an example how other people don't need all that.
Yes, and I think that's going to be a part of it. The initial job is right here to preach the kingdom of God and to heal. Now, do you need to have a big bag of money to preach?
No.
No. Do you need a big bag of money in order to do a miracle?
No.
Money and coats and walking sticks and wallets, they have nothing to do with preaching. They have nothing to do with miracles. What do you need in order to preach and in order to, well, we can't do miracles today, but what did they need in order to preach and do the miracles?
Jesus and God.
Yes, yes. So we have God up here and Jesus. Well, Jesus wasn't in heaven. Jesus was with them, right? But it said that Jesus gave them the power to do this. So if they don't have the bag of money, they can still speak the words they need to speak. I'll give them a big open mouth. They can still preach. That's the point. You don't need all that stuff. And then you're right. They're going to be a good example to others who see that. Right? Wow. Those apostles, they're doing okay. And if they go to a town, do you think people in town are going to help them out?
Yes.
Have you ever helped somebody out? Open the door for them or hold the door? Maybe you cooked a Thanksgiving dinner all by yourself. I haven't even done that. But
Oh,
but maybe you've helped your mom and dad or carried food that your mom or dad or somebody made, things like that. That's the kind of help. Because what it says is, in whatever house you enter, there abide and there leave. He says, you're going to go to somebody's house. Stay there. Let them take care of you. If I let somebody take care of me, that's a way of letting God take care of me. Does that make sense? How does God take care of me if I stay at somebody else's house?
In lots of different ways. There's really, like, you could do anything to help you.
Yeah. Have you visited at somebody's house when you were on a trip? Have you eaten somebody else's food before?
yes.
Have you ever been taken care of by other Christians with food or visiting their house?
Yes.
Have you ever gone to a different city and stayed with Christians that you didn't even know before and they still took care of you?
No.
That's like
Oh.
God. God's helping with that because God's the one who's making us a big, happy Christian family. I think that's part of it. All right, let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. He's saying, you go, you don't need all this stuff. God will take care of you. Okay, let me get right here. Then he says, and as many as receive you not, when you depart from that city, shake the dust from your feet as a testimony against them. Who would not receive an apostle?
Pharisees and Sadducees.
Yeah, the grouchy ones, right? Jesus says, if they won't let you in, if they won't take care of you, if they won't listen to the preaching, what is the instruction that they're supposed to do? They're supposed to shake something.
Take the dust from the feet.
Yeah, you take your foot and you shake it. You shake that dust. Shake, shake, shake. You get all that dust off your foot. What do you think that means? Shake the dust off your feet. What does that mean?
Get rid of the city.
Get rid of what?
The city.
Yeah. So imagine this. Here is this town. Let me draw the town. I just draw towns by drawing like castle walls. All right. We know that they didn't look like medieval castles, but that's just the way I like to draw town. Here's the town in here. All right. And the apostle isn't allowed in. So what he does is he takes his foot and he shakes the dust off of it. And here's the thing. Feet are stinky, right? I mean, even if you wash your foot, it's still a stinky foot. And he's saying, I don't even want the dirt from your town on my stinky foot. It's kind of a way of saying, that's really bad of you guys. And I don't even want the dust from your stinky town on my foot anymore. Does that make sense? See how I don't know if it's rude, but it's kind of like saying, if you don't listen to God's word, I don't even want your dirt on my feet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of an interesting thing for them to do.
So, Mr. Dan, I think that guy has an oversized foot.
He does. He does. Poor dude. He got a sore foot from visiting that stinky foot town. Okay. And they departed and went throughout the villages preaching the gospel. Let's underline that because that's important. They were preaching the gospel and healing everywhere. So they went to all these places and they're healing and preaching everywhere. Now, Herod, the tetrarch, he's a ruler. He heard of all that was done. He was much perplexed because that was said by some that John was risen from the dead, and that by some that Elijah had appeared, and by others that one of the prophets of old was risen. And Herod said, John I beheaded, but who is this about whom I hear such things? And he sought to hear him. So I'm going to draw a king. Here's his crown. He's got his beard, and he just doesn't know what's going on. He's like, I don't know. What's going on? I killed John. Who is this? Wait, is that a good thing to admit? I killed John. I cut off John the Baptist's head. He's not a very nice king. And he is trying to figure out what's going on. Do you think he's going to find out very well?
No.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. If he really wanted to go meet Jesus, do you think Jesus would meet with him? I think probably. Jesus is really polite and he talks with even with sinners. So I bet if he wanted to meet with Jesus, Jesus would do it, but he just doesn't do that, I guess. Okay, but the apostles went out and they did this job and they preached and they preached and they didn't worry about their wallet, and lots of people listened. So many people listened that even Herod the Tetrarch heard about it. That means a lot of people are talking about the apostles and what they're doing. Okay, let's keep reading. And the apostles, when they were, let me fix this bit with my screen. Hold on a second, move that up there. There we go. And the apostles, when they were returned, declared unto Jesus, what things they had done. And he took them and withdrew apart to a city called Bethsaida. But the multitudes perceived it, following him, and he welcomed them, and he spake unto them of the kingdom of God, and them that have needed of healing, he healed. Okay, so the apostles come back to Jesus, and Jesus goes off, because he's going to talk to them, I guess, and he goes off on his own, but who follows him?
Everybody.
Everybody follows him. So we'll draw all these people. Did this happen a lot, or did this happen only a couple times?
A lot.
A lot.
Yes. Yes. Lots of people would follow to listen to Jesus. And it seems like he'd try to go to some place to be by himself or be with his apostles, and then they'd always follow him. And what did Jesus do? Did Jesus say, hey, get out of here, I don't want to talk to you? No.
No.
He always took the time. He always took the time, and he would always keep preaching, and he would always keep healing. Jesus is a nice man. He's also God, but he's a very nice person. Okay, so in this little bit of the story, he is preaching to all these people. Okay, and then we'll get to let me get my next sheet of paper ready. Okay, and the day that they were on, let me get my new piece of paper ready. The day began to wear away, and the 12 came, that's the 12 apostles, right? The 12 came and said unto him, send the multitude away, that they may go to the villages and the country round about and lodge, or find a place to stay, and get some victuals. What's victuals?
Food.
Food. It's just a super old-fashioned word for food.
It's
Let
like
them- Yeah. Go into the country, get a hotel, and get some McDonald's, because we are here in a desert place. So what did the apostles tell Jesus to do?
Send the people for food and a place to stay.
Yes. Yes. So this was an apostle earlier, right? Now it's going to be kind of like Jesus. It's both Jesus and an apostle for the picture. So here's the people. That's all their feet. All right, so there they are. And the apostles say, let them go off so they can get a hotel room. I mean, there wasn't hotels back then, but you know what I mean, right? Here's the hotel room.
We're in.
An inn. They need to go get a place to stay, and they also need to get, and it's easy to draw McDonald's because it's just the golden arches, right? McDonald's. I don't know if they would have said McDonald's back then, but you get the point. They need to go get a place to stay, and they need to get food. Okay, why do they need to go get a place to stay, and why do they need to get food?
Because they're hungry.
Because they're hungry. Well, why don't the apostles share their lunch with them?
There's a whole
But
bunch. They don't have any food.
They don't have much.
They don't have enough to feed so many people. Why don't the apostles let them borrow their sleeping bags? They don't have enough sleeping bags and they don't have enough tents, right? These poor people, they want to hear Jesus, but they got to get taken care of. Is it evil to take care of food and a place to stay?
No.
No, it's not. It's not evil. That's what you do. You find a place to stay and you find food. But what had Jesus just told them in the last story?
That's not important.
Yeah. I mean, food has got to be kind of important, right? If you don't eat food, then you're not going to live. But Jesus is teaching them that lesson about not needing it as much as they thought they needed. Now, I don't think that the apostles are evil saying, hey, these people need to get some dinner. They're not bad, but I think Jesus is going to use it to teach a lesson. All right, so let me turn on the story picture. Here we go. Send the multitude away that they may go to the villages and the country round about and lodge and get victuals, for we are here in a desert place. But he said unto them, give you them to eat. You give them food to eat. And they said, we have no more than 5 loaves and 2 fishes. All right, who's heard this story before? All right, let's draw 5 loaves, 5. All the kids have heard this story before. And you already knew that this is what the story was, right?
Yeah.
All right, because you guys are smart kids. I always draw, that's the way I like to draw the loaves, and then I'll draw the fish. They
Mr. Dan.
probably had the heads taken off the fish, but we'll still draw the heads on the fish. Sorry, did somebody say something?
Elsie had her hand raised a minute.
Okay. All right, I'll draw some little fins on this. All right, so there's those. Elsie, did you have a question you wanted to ask? I don't hear her. All right, well, if you have a question, we'll get that in a second then. Okay. Jesus tells the apostles, will you take care of them? Wait a minute. You take care of them. What were they supposed to do when they went out preaching? Who was going to take care of the apostles?
The other people.
The other people. Now you need to take care of them. Is that a right thing to do? Yeah. Yeah. We have no more than 5 loaves and 2 fishes, except that we should go and buy food for all this people. For there was about 5,000 men. How many?
5,000.
How many?
5,000 men, and they might have had their wives and kids with them.
There was probably even more.
That's so many. Like, if the apostles said, okay, we'll go to McDonald's. We'll go to McDonald's and we'll buy a hamburger for everybody. If a hamburger is $1 and you buy 1 hamburger for every man, how many dollars are you going to spend?
5,000.
$5,000. And is a hamburger going to be enough for everybody?
No.
No. It's not like the apostles are rude. They're like, we don't have $20,000. What if you went to McDonald's and you had $20,000 and you went up to McDonald's, you said, I want 20,000 hamburgers and I need them in about 5 minutes. Can McDonald's take care of you?
No.
No. Like, the problem isn't, like, it's not that the apostles are cheap or lazy. Like, no, like the baker wouldn't be ready. Oh, sorry. Here's $20,000. I want 50,000 loaves of bread. And the baker says, I can't help you there.
Oh,
Right?
he doesn't have all the ingredients.
Yeah, he doesn't have all the ingredients. So is it that the apostles are being bad? No.
No.
Jesus, like, no person can do what you're asking to do. which is kind of true, right? No person, no human. All right, let's get back to the story. This is such a great story. Oh, hit a weird button. Hold on, hold on. There we go. Come on, wake up. There we go. We have no more than 5 loaves and 2 fishes, except that we should go and buy food for all this people, for there was about 5,000 men. And he said unto his disciples, make them sit down in companies of about 50 each. And they did so, and made them all sit down. And he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up into heaven, he blessed them. What does it mean he blessed them? Looking in heaven, what do you think that means?
Wait.
He prayed. That's what I think that means. Have you guys ever prayed before you ate breakfast or lunch?
Yes.
I wonder if this is where we get that tradition. Jesus
Yeah.
prayed before he ate dinner, and so do we. It's kind of an idea. Okay. Looking up into heaven, he blessed them and broke, and he gave to the disciples to set before the multitude, and they did eat, and all were filled. What does it mean, all filled?
Oh.
If everybody ate all their food, do you think they ate a little bit or a lot of bit?
A lot of it.
A lot of bit. Have you ever been to an all-you-can-eat restaurant? Have you seen those before? Oh my goodness. They're amazing. You go up and you have your little plate and you go, oh, I want a little piece of chicken. But since it's all you can eat, you know what you're allowed to do? You can get 3 pieces of chicken. And then, oh, I like breadsticks. I'm usually only supposed to get 1 breadstick, but guess what? I can get 3 breadsticks because it's all you can eat. Now, you guys are just kids, and you're about this big. How much do you think adults eat at an all-you-can-eat restaurant? Oh my star!
A lot.
It's crazy. It's actually quite entertaining to watch old people. They hobble up, oh, I want to get, and then they just get mountains of food. I mean, their plates, they pile them up. But do you know why they do it? They paid a little bit extra to be at an all you can eat. And if it's all I can eat, I'm going to eat all I can eat. And then when they're done, they think there's a little hole right there. So they get Jell-O because you can ram the Jell-O in the little holes and extra spots in your belly. So people eat a lot. So here's my question. When all the 5,000 people ate, when they ate, do you think they ate, oh, I'm watching my carbs. I won't eat much bread. I'll just have a little bit of fish. Do you think that's how they ate?
No.
Not at all. I think they got big bellies. That's their big belly. I think they ate a lot of food. But here's the thing. How much did Jesus have?
5 loaves and 2 fish.
How did that happen? I've always wondered it. Did he here's one guess. Here's one guess. I'm going to do a trick like this. Did he say, oh, all I have is just this 1 piece of bread, and he takes it and he breaks it, and then there's another piece right there, and he takes it and he breaks it, and there's another piece right there, and he takes it and he breaks it, and there's another piece right, but then I have to stop. I mean, I'm not doing a magic trick. It's just markers. Did Jesus kind of keep breaking and breaking and breaking, and the bread kept coming? This was a miracle. This is a miracle. Here's a question. A lot of people think that miracles are like magic tricks, right? And a magic trick is very much, it's just a trick. It's not true, right? I go, oh, I have 1 marker. Oh, I had another marker. And you can see that I'm pulling it up from underneath. It's just a trick, right? Was this a trick?
Yeah.
Do you think?
No.
They didn't have secret bread baskets under the hill and tunnels and all that. They didn't.
Right. And how much secret bread would they have to have, right? Remember we were talking about
A lot.
5,000 hamburgers. Where are you going to hide 5,000 hamburgers, right? Where are you going to
On the
hide
ground.
20,000 loaves of bread? There's nowhere to hide it. And did the people have just a little, oh, I'll just have a little piece?
No.
No, I think they ate until they were stuffed full. Where are you can't hide loaves of bread until people eat that much. So this is a miracle, but it has a lot of proof in it. Because Jesus couldn't hide that kind of bread. You know, did he hide it? Nothing up my sleeve. He's going to hold 5,000 loaves of bread in his shirt,
No.
right?
Like that much, and a sleeve would have been a miracle by itself.
So it is a miracle. Here's another thing. Some people say, oh, I saw a miracle, and you can ask me about the miracle. And everyone has to go talk to that one person. But maybe you don't believe the one person, right? Maybe you don't believe them. How many people saw this miracle?
A lot. 5,000.
5,000.
5,000 men.
5,000 men. 5,000
If
men.
everyone had a wife and each had 3 children, that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people, right? And maybe some guy says, bunch of guys come back from their hunting trip. Oh, we saw Bigfoot. 3 of us saw Bigfoot. We all saw Bigfoot. And you go, I don't believe you. If 5,000 guys come back from a trip and they say, we all saw Bigfoot, and all their wives come out and say, yeah, we saw Bigfoot too. Like the men and the women, and then a bunch of kids, yeah, we saw him too. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. But here's something even bigger. I don't want to be gross. Did they just see the miracle with their eyes?
Yes.
No,
They
they didn't.
ate it.
They ate the miracle. They didn't just see Bigfoot. They ate Bigfoot. But like their hands touched the miracle. Their noses smelled the miracle. Their mouths tasted the miracle. They could see it, they could hear it, they could smell it, they could taste it. That's like all the senses. They could rub it against their head and see that it was real. I don't know. They were really experiencing the miracle, hands on. Now imagine this. Imagine you didn't see it that day. I didn't see it that day. But your friend was a child that was there that day. Would you believe him?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe so. And you're like, I don't know, buddy. That kind of sounds kind of weird. He said, no, I'll talk to my mom. And you ask his mom, and the mom says, oh yeah, Jesus fed us food. It was magic food. It was miracle food. We don't know where it came from. It had to have been a miracle, not just a trick. You go, wow, even his mom says it's true. That's kind of weird. And then the dad comes home, and he's a really serious dad. He goes, oh yes, we were there, and we ate it for real. It was a real miracle. That's kind of believable. Believable. What if you heard about this miracle and it happened 15 years ago, right? Do you think you could still talk to the 5,000 people? Or do you think they would have forgotten about it? I don't know. I can't remember that day. I don't know.
No, the person who did it would probably still be here, and I would go find that person.
Right. And they would have remembered that day, right? They would have remembered that day. So this is really, really, really important. This miracle is an important miracle because there was over 5,000 witnesses who tasted it, ate it, and enjoyed it. And then afterwards, we didn't even finish reading it. Oh my goodness, I need to finish reading it. Oh, what is wrong with me? Okay. And they did eat and were all filled, and there was taken up that which remained over of them of broken pieces 12 baskets. All right, tell me what that means. What does it mean that they took up 12 baskets?
It means that there was quite a bit left extra.
There's quite a bit left extra, right? Let's draw what that would look like. Let me get my brown and I'll do a green fish. All right, so how much did he start with? How many loaves of bread?
Five loaves of bread and 2 fish.
All right.
It doesn't. It's so cheap.
Loaf of bread, loaf of bread, loaf of bread, loaf of bread. Loaf. There's the brown loaves of bread. And 2 fish, right? You see those? Yeah, and then 2 fish.
I'm not doing any more kind of things, so you can do it if you want to,
All right, so that is the 5 loaves of bread and the 2 fish. And how many baskets did they have left over?
12.
Well.
Probably big bath.
But even if they were small, right? Even if it was just this size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, my baskets are looking pretty silly over here. Even if they're small baskets, and I don't think they were little baskets, but let's count this. Basket 1, basket 2, basket 3, basket 4, basket 5, basket 6, basket 7. They have more baskets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See these baskets? They have more baskets than they started with. Does this make, is this making sense? Here's a loaf of bread. Here's a loaf of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Kind of.
If they just immediately took the 5 loaves and 2 fish and they put those in baskets before feeding everybody, could they fill 12 baskets?
No.
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 So this is the food they started with.
It must be a lot of crumbs.
They clogged up everybody's bellies because they ate it all, and they had leftovers. But the firstovers wouldn't even fill the baskets. Do you see what I'm saying? There was
Yeah.
more, they ended with more leftovers than they started with firstovers. It's
Maybe
like,
there must be a lot of crumbs.
well, the point is, Jesus, when he gave them enough food, he accidentally, and I don't think this is an accident, but I'm going to say it's an accident. He accidentally ended up with more leftovers than he started with. It's like he said, okay, I have 1 pizza. And he gives everybody in the room a slice of pizza. And when he's done, he has 2 pizzas in his hands. See,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense.
No.
That's because it doesn't make sense. That's because it's a miracle. He had 2 fish and he handed 2 fish to over 5,000 people, and he ends up with maybe enough to have 3 fish. He has 5 loaves of bread and he hands out food until people's bellies are bursting forth. And when he collects all the leftover breadcrumbs, he has like 7 loaves of bread and breadcrumbs. So could it be a trick if he has more leftovers?
No.
No. This is an amazing miracle. Now, you guys probably know that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, those are the 4 books of the Gospels. Those are the 4 accounts of Jesus's life. They tell the story, they tell the history of Jesus. And they each tell similar stories, but some of them have some different stories that the other ones don't tell. Have you noticed that before? This miracle, the feeding of the 5,000, is so important that Matthew and Mark and Luke and John all tell the same miracle. All 4 Gospels think that this miracle is super important. And I think so too, because it says these 5,000 people with the big bellies, They saw this miracle and they believed. And what happened in the story earlier? You go out and preach. Don't worry about money and things. And when it came to helping people, did Jesus give them the word? Did he preach? Yeah. Did he heal them? Did he make them feel better? Yeah. And when they needed food? Oh, 5,000 people. Oh, no, I don't think I can do that. He can still take care of it. This is a really neat and encouraging story. Have you ever been hungry?
Yes.
Have you ever been frustrated that you don't get to eat yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought, oh, if my mama doesn't give me a piece of toast right now, when am I ever going to get more food?
Yes.
No.
Maybe not toast. Maybe it's something like a fruit juice or something. I don't know. Maybe you like
Yes.
rutabagas and peanut butter or something. I don't know. Have you ever thought, Mom, please just give me a fish to eat? All right. There's a bunch of people. They needed food. They needed food. They didn't have food, but they were willing to listen to Jesus preach. So Jesus took care of them. Jesus is going to take care of you and me too. I get nervous. I have a plumbing issue at my house, remember? And I get nervous like, oh no, this is bad. Or maybe my car gets broken. Oh no, this is bad. Or maybe my finger gets broken. Oh no, this is bad. But Jesus is going to take care of us, guys. And it's really important to remember these stories, that we'll be okay. Do you guys have any other questions about this? Any points to make before we close? All right. Well, I will turn off the recording and I will let you go. Talk to you later.